The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Korner Booth Pregame. I am your amazing host, Mr. Jared Klim, alongside your usual cast of characters. We have a fun show tonight. Today was actually an improvised show because that week's episode was going so long, we weren't going to be able to finish it all. So today we have the NFC over-unders. Last week, the AFC. Shout out to our boys, Jay Smith and DJ Stewart, for rolling with us last week. DJ will be back, I believe, at about, I'd say 7:30, 7:45-ish Eastern time. So that should be fun. Like my title says, seriously, one sentence, because apparently I couldn't keep it under one sentence last time. Today is going to be a fun show as well because, obviously we got my Wolves doing their 300 from Sparta impression, trying to stave off the Invaders. They got Game 5 at home tonight in Minnesota. So we're going to see if they can hold off and make history. And we'll start off with this, but let's get it to the Krusty crew. First off, speaking of Krusty, a.k.a. Crispy, ladies and gentlemen, this handsome human being goes by many names. La Crispy, BBL Chrissy, Mr. Melvin Dew, a.k.a. Chris Lipoff.
What is going on, boys? We are
Dude,
buzzing.
He's extra crispy with them freaking shades today, man.
We are buzzing.
We are buzzing. You know what? We're buzzing. So the boys are
buzzing. Visors.
Shout out to Eats Official, our first sponsor.
You got serious.
I went and checked out. They are still kicking. So shout out to Yeats. Also joining us in the back is our big dog, Big Nate, kicking it on the 10s and 2s. I think that's what DJs used to say back in the day. He is kicking butt back there. He's going to be handling all stats and DJ information today, as well as all things banners and crowd control. And, of course, our other co-host, Anthony's father, host of Bets with Swagoo, and, of course, one of my best friends from the days of Southern Connecticut State University in college, and a devoted Jets fan. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Smigglesworth.
Hey, it's always a good day when the Yankees are 38-19, a game and a half in first, and Angel Hernandez is no longer an MLB umpire.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. We are free at last from Angel Hernandez.
Rip.
Rip
him to pieces.
It's an interesting situation if you think about it. Like, he's saying that he wasn't forced to retire, but, like, what made you come to a financial settlement agreement to retire? Like, why was that in place? Like, you never said you want, what happened?
Yeah, I know.
Why'd it go? Oh, my screen went black, but I can still hear everybody. There it is. I don't know what that was. Yeah.
Are you good now, Mr. Krabs?
Yeah.
Are we feeling it now, Mr. Smigglesworth?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm still coughing up along. So, boys, I ran sprints for the first time since October today.
How was it?
Oh, my God. I'm not as fast as I was, but I'm also lighter, which means my body wasn't hurting as much.
I'll tell you what, dude. You got to do a nice beer mile. You ever do one of them?
I've done that in college running from the cops. Does that count?
Yeah, I guess so. I've done that too, running from the cops. I hopped a few gates, scraped a few knees. Classic college run from the cops.
I mean, that's all you can really do, right? I will say this though, it's gonna be a good game tonight. I got to give credit to Stephen A. Smith because he said, I think it was about a week or two ago, he said,
nice. I knew they were coming out. We are buzzing.
They got little golden freaking leopards right on the sides.
That is buzzing. Dude, I should bring, honestly, it's either that or I should go get my Oakleys I use for shooting and for golf, or I should go get my aviators I use for driving.
I feel like I'm driving. I feel like I'm driving a Cadillac Escalade, like blasting some like R&B right now.
I look like I'm at Coachella and I have a set of bongos on me.
Yeah, you look like your daddy and mommy's trust fund has more digits than your phone number.
True, yeah, dude, true. We go on expensive skiing trips to the Hamptons.
Yeah, you're definitely living off of
don't ski in the Hamptons, but that was close, buddy. Good job.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, Wolf of Wall Street quote.
You were close. That's the important thing, right?
Yeah, I guess, dude. I'm really bad at geography. We should. I might do a live geography test on stream. See how good I do. All the states blank. I have to fill them in.
Listen, honestly, for a live geography test, we'll do that stream live on here. I'll do one with you.
Oh, sick, dude. Sick.
We can either have like Nate or Matt quiz us.
Yeah, dude. Winner owns Belly Up Sports for a day. 24 hours, full stake in a Belly Up. They can do whatever they want.
Jesus Christ. How to lose your spot at a company in 30 seconds.
Chris would have this company sold in a day for however much profit he can get.
Yeah. I would
now, your donations will help his kids' illiteracy.
That'll be the day he finally gets his $10,000 to $15,000 for being a Nigerian prince or something like that.
We're almost there. I get
white
$1
Nigerian prince.
Yeah.
Chris, I think that should be your next title tag when you show up on.
He does look like he's like rich royalty with these little glasses.
He looks like that kid whose parents secretly through some CIA back channels own a country in Africa.
Yeah, or I look like I'm in the Matrix. I got that one too.
You look like you're Prince Henry's brother, but they didn't want to make you the next king in line because they didn't trust your like maturity or anything like that. Like they're like, this kid's a party. He's a party animal. He's a wild child. We can't let him be king. So like we're gonna make him like, king number 2. Like your runner up.
I look like I never left college.
He looks like the generic rich kid in every Disney Channel movie.
Yeah. That kid that says like I'm a super duper senior because this is my 3rd year as a senior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm Stenson Bennett.
He's the guy in the corner at a frat house who can get you anything you need. Don't ask questions.
Yeah. I pull out my zipper jacket and they're just packs of righteous felon.
He's the guy that you go to for like if you're like 18, you need beer. He's the one that gets you the beer.
Yeah, I'm
going to pay a $10 surcharge, but you're going to get your beer.
I'm the cool uncle, is what they call me.
Oh boy.
Well, either way, gentlemen, it has been an interesting week. Obviously, we had Monday off for Memorial Day, which obviously, it's not for celebrating and barbecues. It's for honoring those who made the ultimate sacrifice to defend our freedom in this amazing country. So for those of you who celebrate, who understand that, we honor that. Moving on, as Nate has graciously ushered us along here. Lot of wide receiver extensions across the board. The first one off was Nico Collins, given a 3-year extension as the ticker comes back around down. Juwan Jennings also was given one as well, 2-year extension.
We're getting there.
So the ticker of wide receivers just keeps on rolling.
This Texans offense is loaded.
You know what's really crazy? Their 4th best receiver is John Mechie.
Yeah. You know what else is crazy besides Noah Brown and pretty much their entire receiver corps on rookie deals? So they're getting pennies, and they're really just paying besides Diggs, but they're paying like Collins and Diggs, but they don't have to worry about Tank Dell or John Mechie for another like 2-3 years.
Did you know they have Joe Mixon too in the backfield?
Yeah, because
I forgot about that.
Because the guy that I draft every year that keeps screwing me over, I can't think of his name, but he sucks right now. Who was the second year? Damian Pierce. I don't know what happened to him last year, but they needed
a really big fall off.
Maybe with Mixon being like the premier guy, we all know Mixon's probably going to get dinged up at some point in the season. Maybe like less load for Damian Pierce. Maybe he'll be good on a part-time role, but Dalton Schultz to me is still an underrated tight end. So I think that offense, as long as CJ Stroud picks up where he left off, is going to be just a top 5 offense.
Well, there you go. Look, the biggest thing for me with all of the, with the Texans as a whole, it's now like this is go time. There's no more excuses. You can't say, oh, hey, they're still a young team. It's like, no, this team is now. Like, this is the 2017 Eagles or the 2018 Rams or the 2021 Bengals where it's like they're going to win. Stand back and let them roll. So I have them as my number 1 seed in the AFC. I think the Chiefs are determined not to get the number 1 seed in the AFC. I think they would rather get the 2 or 3 seed. I think it warms up Mahomes a little faster. we're going to do our record. We'll obviously do our predictions and record predictions. Next week, we're going to do our bold predictions show. So that's going to be fun, along with our random headlines. And also, I think I might do our first outdoor show next week. That means cigars.
Match.
Nice.
Yeah, so I will be outside of the cave. The Project 2 Productions cave that I'm sitting here in right now will be outside. I'm probably enjoying a nice cigar, and we'll be having a good time with that. All that aside, Bugs, I think it's Hassan Bugs or something. He was caught with 2 dogs that were found in this house that were malnourished, 2 animal cruelty charges. That is the not a great look for the Chiefs. Brian McManus, the kicker for the Commanders, accused of sexual assault by 2 women, and the New York Jets have signed Tariq Cohen. Pittsburgh
What a
Steelers.
transition.
Pittsburgh Steelers cornerback Joey Porter called himself the best corner in the NFL. Brother, I don't think you're the best corner on your own team. But
shit. All right, by the way, the Jets got Tariq.
State. I think there's 3 guys. I honestly, depending on the game, I would have taken freaking Keely Ringo over him last year.
Yeah. Dude, this is like a sports center. This is Sports Center at its finest, dude. It's
Nate is killing it right now. I love this.
Headline is just rolling, dude.
All right.
It's like it's our
teleprompter.
Yeah.
Yeah, run the news.
I know, right? All right, so we got to talk about Eastern Conference Finals. I think probably the most painful sweep I'd ever seen in my life, because I think the largest margin of victory was what, 5, 6, 7 points. It wasn't much at all. Everything came down to the last 5 minutes. And honestly, you could say that about both games. Even Minnesota's loss in Game 3 to Dallas, they lost by 11, but it was within 4 points until the final minute. It's hilarious how we're having sweeps, but it's not a real sweep. It doesn't feel like sweeps. Indiana was missing their best player and still hung in that game to the bitter end. And Indiana, I kind of think next year they are going to be a 2 seed or a 3 seed in the East. So the East next year, let's picture this for a second. You're probably still going to have Boston at the top of the list. But then this is where it gets fun. I'm thinking Orlando. I'm thinking Indiana, New York, throwing a 5 seed, Chris's Sixers. And then you start getting into the nastiness like the Hawks and all that. I think the Hawks are going to tank. They're going to get rid of Murray and Young probably and try to rebuild again. So it's going to be interesting to see how the East shapes up next year. I think this is Boston's last year of just kind of steamrolling through. So if they didn't make it to the finals, this would be a disappointment. So I don't want to talk about Boston that much because we're going to have to talk about them for the next 3.5 weeks for the finals. So I'm good, but listen, congrats, Boston, Eastern Conference champs. Probably the second easiest road I've ever seen. Guys are injured in Milwaukee. Guys are injured in Miami. Guys are injured in Cleveland. Guys are injured in Miami. Guys are injured in Indiana. And you handled your business. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. You won. You lost a total of 2 games this entire playoffs. So congratulations there to the Boston. A little golf clap right there.
I don't know. No, I can't. I can't.
I don't know. Listen, you can. Golf clap is just a sign of respect. You don't have to like them. It's just
I'll give the Drew Holiday one just because.
Okay, there you go.
Former Sixer,
one-time Sixer, Drew Holiday. I respect.
Former friend.
Listen. Boston did what they're supposed to do. We're not patting them on the back. They did with their job. So golf clap. Now,
we all expected them to go. I just thought Indiana would win at least 1 game, but
you know what? I think Indiana used all their gas to beat New York.
Yeah, and New York had everybody hurt, so they really had to work for that one. But Boston. I don't think they're going to get past whoever advances on the West.
I don't know, because let's play devil's advocate here. Let's say by some miracle, Minnesota pulls off history. They're going to be gassed.
Okay. Can I give you a little hypothetical, Jared?
And here's the other one. Even if the only way Dallas has a shot at winning, but their chance of winning decreases in my book the longer this series goes. If they put away Minnesota tonight, give me Dallas in 6. If Minnesota wins tonight and it's got to go back to Dallas and then back to Minnesota again, they got to push it to 6 or 7, the chances of Boston winning go up. They're more gas. Now, the team I think can go 7 and then jump into a series with Boston and last is Minnesota. But they have to do something nobody's ever done in history. And let me be honest with you. I have my Garnett jersey out. I am rolling with the boys tonight. I am hype. I will be hurting at work tomorrow either way, because either we're going on a blaze of glory or we're surviving and we're going to see you guys on Saturday night, right? Like that's what's going to happen. But here's the kicker, right? I can't. Either way, I'm proud of my boys. We made it a round and a half farther than we were supposed to. We were supposed to get past Phoenix and get smoked by Denver. We took the champs to 7 and knocked them out in the fourth quarter. We took them to round 12 and knocked them out. And just said, we're here. Like Minnesota is here. Now, we kind of got a little too high on our horse. Got knocked off. The Mavericks kind of kicked our ass up and down the court for 3 straight games. And here's the crazy thing. Cat played like absolute booty cheeks. Ant didn't play well. And our biggest loss was only by 11 points. It took a Luka dagger in game 2 and a couple loose fouls in game 1 to win. This isn't like we're getting our butt kicked. This series could easily be 3-1 Minnesota. Game 3 was a shit show. Games 2 and 1 could easily have gone Minnesota's way, and we could be talking 3-1 Minnesota. So that's why the problem is Minnesota. So let me play this out. The problem for Minnesota is they have no room for error. But the perk for Minnesota, they have nothing to lose. Their back has been against the wall almost the entire, I think their back's basically been against the wall since last Tuesday when they beat Denver, right? I'm not wrong here, right? Last Tuesday or last Sunday when they beat Denver, their back has been up against the wall. So, that being said, they know what it's like to be fighting, swinging. They were down 3-2 going back home in game 6. So, they win tonight. They are exactly where they were in the Denver series, and now we have a series. The other thing is Minnesota, and Anthony Edwards said this best, man, don't let us get alive. And he's right, because this Minnesota team is young. Their only old player is Mike Conley, who's playing like he's 28 again. I love it. When I look at Denver, if it wasn't for a couple crappy calls that went Luka's way, because you look at Luka and it's a foul, Minnesota wins by 8 or 9 points, 10 points maybe. And listen, Luka's a top 5 player in the league. There's no question in my mind. He's top 2 probably. I can't stand the dude. He is the most, and this is maybe because he's playing my team. He is the most punchable face in the NBA besides maybe Grayson Allen. Yeah. Like where I'm just like, dude, I want to just hit you. I won't, because that's assault. And I respect his game, but he is like the most hittable face. Yeah. And he's such a cocky little prick. And he has every right to. Because you know why? I guarantee this is the same way people felt about Larry Bird in the 80s. And everyone knows how much I respect and love Larry Bird, because I love shit talkers. I love guys who talk it and back it up. So all that aside, I think the pressure is very evenly spread out right now. What is happening right now?
It's just this artwork from class.
It's my buddy Manny.
Oh, hi, Manny.
You said I don't have anything on the wall, so I hung up Manny Heffley.
I'm waiting for that. We're gonna get like maybe a jersey up there eventually, a corner booth flag, something like that.
You got to get a live, laugh,
love. I got a
love.
picture of Manny Heffley.
You got to get live, laugh, love on there.
He's the next best thing.
Live, laugh, love. Chris's motto. All right,
Manny.
So,
boom.
Our producers asked us this question. So Timberwolves can be the first team if what? You get 100% effort out of Cat, out of Ant, out of Nas, and out of Jaden McDaniels. and Rudy does Rudy things. And stops playing freaking volleyball with rebounds. That drives me nuts.
Well, can I give you a hypothetical real quick?
Yes.
Go for it. You've been waiting
Well,
patiently, which I respect.
Say the Wolves come back, right? They come back, they win the series. Celtics are in the
First time
finals.
ever in history.
Who does Kevin Garnett root for?
Oh,
He said this on air. He's rooting for both teams.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. You can't.
I know he can't do that. But here's the thing.
I would root for the Wolves because you already won one with the Celtics.
Here's the thing, though. He hates Glenn Taylor.
Oh.
Glenn Taylor is the reason his relationship with the Timberwolves was rocky for a few years. Because Glenn Taylor's a scumbag. He's the reason A-Rod and Mark Laurie don't have full control. Because Glenn Taylor's a scumbag. I love every single owner of all my teams. I love Jeffrey Lurie. I don't know the Diamondbacks owners, but they finally started ponying up money, so I love them. Actually, it's a lie. I hate the Fenway Group, so I hate the owner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. And the owner of the Miami Hurricanes technically is Ohio State because they defeated us in battle. So I hate them too. I also hate the Atlantic Coast Conference. So I guess that kind of counts as ownership.
A lot of hate going around.
Yeah, a lot of hate going around. Jared's hierarchy of hatred is almost, boys. Hierarchy of hatred comes back August 30th, man.
That's a bit.
College football season. I bring it back every year.
That's a bit.
That's a bit. We've been doing this since season 1.
Dude, that's
5 college programs I despise the most. I could do it off the rip right now if you guys want.
Well, we got to talk about the Wolves.
We got after the Wolves. Nate, after the Wolves do Jared's hierarchy of hatred. Presented by Yeats, promo code Korner Booth.
I can't do distractions, man. You know.
I know. I have ADHD too. So
you got a problem? Take it up with Manny.
Nice.
Exactly. I'm like,
I think
so animated. All right, here we go.
I think what Nate's got down there, like you said, I think the Wolves got to be on their A game. I think everybody has to play up to par and exceed expectations. They just. You can't have one game where one person doesn't do their job. You need the defense there. You need the rebounds there. You need to get the points in. You can't be missing field goals. So they need to just be on their absolute A game for the rest of the series. I had the Wolves winning today, and it's not because, I want them to win personally or anything like that, but I just look at it in a Vegas odds perspective. Mm-hmm. So the Mavericks are up 3-1. Even if the game is in Minnesota, I think it's a home game for the Wolves, right?
Yeah, it's home game for Wolves tonight and Game 7.
Well, I see that the Mavericks have plus odds and are the underdogs for this game. So them being up 3-1, even if they're in Minnesota, them being plus odds, I think Vegas is doing what I call a rat line, trying to get everybody to put all their money down on the Mavs to close it out tonight against the Wolves. Everybody will pick the Mavs. Timberwolves win. Everybody loses money, which means Vegas wins money. And I think it's going to be a Vegas fix in that aspect. So I'm not betting on it, but if I were, I would take the Wolves money line, or I would just make a parlay with the Wolves because I think they're going to win this just looking at the odds.
I have 2 conspiracy theories here, so you want to get my tinfoil hat ready. I'm actually, you know what? For next episode, I'm going to have a tinfoil hat ready to rock and roll. So,
dude. Oh, yeah, dude, that prevents sunburn, I heard. So, All
right, so.
But does it protect cloud burn?
Here's my theory. The NBA is absolutely pissed that everyone on New York got hurt. They're pissed that nobody could actually, get into, nobody in Indiana could break through the wall. They're kind of looking at Boston what are we supposed to do? Oh, I hate this fucking guy. If you check the belly up chat, you realize why I'm annoyed. 7 o'clock on Thursday is our time slot, you weenie. He knows who I'm calling out. One-time guest to the show who left abruptly, and I hate him. I hope his Braves are down bad. So anyway, I ain't saying names. So here's the thing. I look at Minnesota, and they have everything. This NBA would love for this to go 7. Even if Dallas wins, the NBA would love for this to go 6. They don't want a 7-day layoff before the finals. They don't want to wait 7 days for NBA action. They would love this to go another game or 2. Now, they'd also love for it to be a knockout blow to the finish between Ant and Luka. Even if Ant takes them all the way back to 7 and they lose, that's still an amazing story. Now, that looks better than the NBA, especially because they want Ant to be the face of the league. All that aside, I'm really okay with I'm okay with our season. I wasn't before. I'm happy we showed some fight. Worst case scenario, we lose tonight. Second worst case scenario, we lose in Game 7.
I mean, it's kind of like the old saying, or the logic, I guess you could say. But I mean, I know the other team's on a lot of rest, but Minnesota, if that were to happen and they were to win in 7, they'd be the most warmed up, ready to go team.
It's also youth, man.
It's true.
Listen, between Denver and Dallas, they only had a day's rest, and they basically got mollywopped for 3 games straight. Yeah. And they still put up a fight.
Listen, 25 and under knees feel a whole lot better the next day than 25 and up knees.
Exactly. So, no, the biggest thing, we'll finish this up here.
I'm getting there.
Oof. Doesn't feel good.
Minnesota needs to do so many things right. They make their mistakes, series is over. But the pressure's also on Dallas because Dallas doesn't want to be the team to give this up. Look at the Rangers, man. The Rangers are World Series champs. They did it. They did something incredible, right? They had this amazing run. The Creed era, they were ripping it through, blasting, can you take me higher after every win? I love it, right? Even though it was my team they had to beat, which is still unfortunate, but what are you going to do? They were the team of destiny. The Dallas Stars, man, series tied 2-2. They don't want to fall into the same category as the Cowboys. The pressure's on, brother. It's a Rangers town in Dallas right now. Yeah. Cowboys ain't doing crap, man. So all I'm saying is the pressure is equally on both. The pressure is just as much on Dallas, if not more than it is on Minnesota. Minnesota was like, all right, well, if we lose, we're out. They're playing with house money at this point. The only person in the NBA who actually thought – the NBA media is the only people who actually thought Minnesota would go past round 1. Me, as a diehard Timberwolves fan, I'm like, we'll probably give Denver 7. But that's about it. We'll probably give Denver 6 or 7, but we ain't winning this series. That was my prediction before the beginning of the playoffs, before the emergence of Jaden McDaniels, Cat playing like a great number 2, and Rudy Gobert remembering how to hit a turnaround jumper. Now, and this, I'll get off my preaching stand. I look at Denver. Can their big man keep attacking the basket with the lobs? Can they keep getting those quick corner threes out of Washington and Derrick Jones Jr.? If they can't hit those shots, it's all Luka and Kyrie. Dallas is at its best when everyone on their team is efficient. If it ain't efficient, it ain't going to work. So that's all I got right there. So let me know what's going on. And what do you guys think?
You want to go, Chris, or you want me to go? I see you're muted anyways.
You can go.
No, it's like I was saying before. I got Minnesota winning Game 5. It's not impossible, but it's possible to come back in Game 7 and take them to the full one. Listen, it's going to be tough at the end of the day. They, like you said, they got to play their absolute A game every single game. So for the next 3 games straight, they have to play perfect basketball. We'll see if they can do it. It's going to be very, very difficult, especially against that Dallas team, but it's not impossible, like I said. So give me the Wolves in this game, Game 5. We'll take Game 6 and Game 7 as we go, just day by day, game by game.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm riding with the Mad Dog. Tonight's game's going to be tight. That's what she said. You got to go full balls in, Jared.
Woo! I'm not even mad about that one, Chrissy.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be a close one tonight, like each game's been this series. I just need the Ant-Man to shoot a lot. He said he was going to shoot a lot. He's been shooting a lot. Maybe his shooting numbers aren't terrific, but you know what I mean. He's getting his assists. He's getting his rebounds. You need the captain. You need the Kit Kat to step up like usual.
And not be crying to the refs every time.
Yeah. Dude, he might have the longest face I've ever seen on a human being.
Here's the thing.
From
Cat is a perfect
forehead to
sidekick.
chin.
Cat is the perfect sidekick for Ant because he's the opposite of Ant. He's a big man who can shoot threes and complains a lot, but is a good shot blocker. Honestly, his defense against Jokic was incredible. I was blown away. Now, he needs to stay out of foul trouble, but here we go. Oh, by the way, Chrissy, we're switching up now. We went from an IPA to Philly's finest.
Oh, where we go.
I'm a Yankees boy, man. That was my beer that was my college beer of choice. Maddie knows this.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice. when it's his beer of choice when we're not going bar to bar because this man so badly wanted a Guinness and we had to go to like 2 or 3 different bars downtown to get it.
It was St. Patrick's Day weekend. Guinness. All right.
I mean, I can't talk.
My girlfriend at the time had green lipstick on. I literally had a green smooch on my fucking cheek.
Yeah, I was drinking Red Apple Ale all night.
Who kissed you? Was it Maddie?
It was not.
It was not. I was seeing a girl on the dance team, so Matt was working that event.
Oh.
So Matt and Pat were working that event.
So, all right. I had to take the glasses off to wink there. All right, go ahead. You dog.
We went to like our old college bar, and they sold it literally a month after closing. So we went to our backup old college bar, and they actually had Guinness on tap, so it was great.
My tail.
She gave him
you got my tail wagging right now, brother.
She gave him the old Irish.
Listen, it was Valentine's Day, brother. I showed up with flowers. I was goated.
She gave him the old Irish kiss, and I don't mean a smooch. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, relax, one hair.
Nice shamrock shake and chill. You know what I mean?
All I know is I was in good graces with her because I showed with flowers for her on Valentine's Day. She was
You're a gentleman. You're a
gentleman. I'm Mr. Romantic. Always have been, always will be. All right. Moving on. Maddie, we'll talk about your bets with Swagoo in a minute if you got a couple wise guy picks for us. But, Nathan, it's time for the return of Jared's hate list. Hierarchy of Hatred, presented by Eats Official. Promo code Korner Booth for 10% off at checkout. So, Hierarchy of Hatred. We're starting off with number 5. They're down bad. They don't believe in the transfer portal. And technically, I am legacy there, even though I never go there to put a gun to my head. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Clemson Tigers. Miami got their first win over Clemson since I was, I think, a freshman in college. So awesome last year. Watching Cade Klubnik get chucked the ball away on 4th down was beautiful. But I still hate them, and Dabo Swinney can literally kiss my ass. Number 4, Notre Dame fighting Irish. Everything about them makes me like mad. Catholics versus convicts, it's still there. I still hate them. Number 3, Colorado Buffalo. We don't play them. We will never play them. But I'm sick of Deion Sanders and his bullshit. I don't care. I really don't care. Watch them go 0 for 8 on their back 8 games was music to my ears. I love it. I live it. I breathe it. By the way, honorable mention for this list this week is Pitt. I still hate you. You've cost us a lot of pain over the years. So, respectfully, go F yourself. But, Pitt, you're not on the list this week. We'll do this list again in a month. This is a monthly list. Finally, number 2, our opponent week 1. I refer to them as Gator Humpers International, the Florida Gators. Our inbred cousins from the swamp. I despise the University of Florida.
That's got to be uncomfortable.
I've hated them for a long time. Well, as long as I've been a Hurricanes fan, but even when I wasn't a Hurricanes fan, Tebow in college used to irk me. I don't know why.
You don't like during the games when they have "I Won't Back Down" blasted by Tom Petty in the entire stadium.
I love Tom Petty, which kills me to hear it played. It's such a crappy program. So I love the fact that week 1 we get a little revenge because last time we played, it took a Brevin Jordan drop for us to not beat number 3 Florida, where the hell they were ranked. And number 1, it's these jackasses doing this. That bullshit. Fuck Florida State. That's my one F-bomb of the day.
That impression was insane.
I hate them so much. I will always hate Florida State. They broke Emory Williams' arm. They then tried to sue the ACC Nothing. Okay, I got home from work, and the first thing I did, I come in. My mother's looking at me. She goes, "Why are you like running to the TV? What's the matter?" I'm like, "I have to watch a massacre." She goes, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I'm watching the program of all programs I hate." By the way, for the record, the only two things I hate more, the only thing I hate more in sports than the Florida State Seminoles is the Los Angeles Dodgers. I don't even hate the Dallas Cowboys as much as I hate the Florida State Seminoles. Let that sink in for a second.
It's sinking in.
I don't hate Jamal Murray as much as I hate.
Still processing. So
yeah. So
Bro.
Florida State Seminoles permanently at number one for I think the last 2.5 to 3 years. So yeah, those a-holes in maroon and gold are about to catch some hands this year. Cam Ward to the face, about to knock you out. Mario Cristobal about to get that ACC championship this year. Let's go. That's
As
my
long as
hierarchy.
you,
The first edition of the new year, presented by our friends at Eats, official promo code Korner Booth for 10% off. My improvised hierarchy of hatred.
Presented by Fred Durst.
Fred Durst.
Rolling.
As long as you continue to do that Florida State little thing you were just doing, I hope they're always there. I hope they're on your list forever.
Yeah,
my Pop Warner team. This is before I started liking college football when I was a kid. We were the Warriors. We had a Florida State logo on our helmets and did that chop thing. I had no idea what it was until I got to high school, and I was like, and I always liked Miami over Florida State. I was like, oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, you thought they were talking about Fruit Ninja? No, they were mocking the Seminoles.
That wasn't even a thing till I was a junior in college.
Dude, imagine a bunch of like 8-year-old Jareds on a football field just doing.
I don't think we did that. We just did the chant. That's it.
You just stood there with your hands down, just doing the chant. That's even like,
bro, it was intimidating, man. It like the whole like all 35 of us doing that shit. Sound like children of the corn.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're just blank faced standing there, just doing that. I think you're possessed, and like I'm the only one.
Exactly. That's why I was terrified. All right. So, Maddie, while waiting on Mr. Stewart to roll in, two things. Let's do Swagoo's bets of the week since we got a little time to kill.
I'm going on my phone right now, and I'm pulling up the casino.
Betting with Swagoo, of course, is presented by the amazing people at Candips.com. Promo code BellyUp20 for 20% off. Official sponsor, Belly Up Sports. Betting with Swagoo. 15 other segments of the Korner Booth and the Korner Booth podcast.
I just feel like by putting this hat on with these glasses, I just feel like I just went to a whole different genre of music.
I feel like
now,
you could be, yeah. You
like
run a
now,
record shop.
Like now I'm definitely listening to like Hootie and the Blowfish or something.
Oh, dude, you know what's gas? Dude, you ever see that commercial last year? I think it was last year with Jimmy Butler or the year before where he was in like a Michelob Ultra commercial and they were playing that Hootie and the Blowfish song, Only Want to Be With You. It's on Twitter. It's honestly, it's pretty gas, dude.
Yeah, I'm definitely, my next track on the radio is definitely going to be a Kelpie G track.
Kelpie G.
All right, moving on with bets with betting with Swagoo, bets with Swagoo. Let's do a little same game parlay tonight. So I got the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Dallas Mavericks parlay tonight. Separate than the parlay, something that I would do if you want to throw something down, I would take the Minnesota money line. I know it's minus odds. I know they're the favorites, but I think everybody's going to jump on the Mavs money line because it's plus odds, and I don't think they're going to win this one. And so if you want to not lose money, I would take that money line. But I am taking the Mavericks when I looked, their spread was plus 4.5. I would take that spread. I think it's going to be a close game within 1 to 4 points. But I do have the Wolves winning this one. Like every game that they've either won or came close to one, it's always been within a few points anyways. Moving on to that same game parlay. So I've got Luka Doncic, 30-plus points. I got Kyrie Irving, 20-plus points. And then I'm going down the list with some of the Timberwolves guys. Like we were saying before, all of these guys have to be on their absolute A games. It's got to be a perfect all-around game. Everybody's got to be scoring, playing defense, getting the ball back. I've got Ant Edwards over his point total today of 28.5 points. I've got Cat over his 7.5 rebounds, and I have Gobert 8+ rebounds as well. So that would be my same game parlay for tonight's basketball game. And like I put down in my notes before, Minnesota's in a must-win situation here on out. Every game needs to be perfect. We need them on their A game, so I got on the overs on their totals because if they can't hit the overs, they're not winning this game. Some little MLB action because we got some hot hitters in the league. Anthony Volpe 1+ hit. He is currently on a 21-game hit streak, which is the longest hit streak by a New York Yankee since I believe it might have been like 2002, but it was Derek Jeter, same position, different guy. So I got Anthony Volpe 1+ hit, continuing his 21-game hitting streak to 22 tonight. Mookie Betts 1+ hit. Bobby Witt 1+ hit. Fernando Tatis 1+ hit as well. These are 4 particular guys in the MLB that are currently either on a massive hit streak or just hot hitters right now. And I know Jared would say this, but you can't go wrong probably with a Ketel Marte hit as well.
My man can do the shimmy shake. Also, he's been cold as hell since he got that streak ended. So
Kettle Corn Marte.
All right, so we got my nothing else besides NBA because like we talked about, the Celtics swept the Pacers. That's my NBA, that's my MLB, and then moving on, I got one small little NHL one out there for all you hockey lovers. It is currently a 2-2 series with the Rangers and the Florida Panthers. And I've been telling everybody, there's no way the Rangers can let a state beat them in a hockey playoff game that doesn't even know what snow looks like. I mean, you're playing hockey on the ice. That is the closest thing the state of Florida is ever going to come to snow. There is no way you can let these summer people beat you. So I've got the Rangers money line. I think they win Game 5 tonight, take a 3-2 series. I'm taking a Chris Kreider 1+ goal. I'm taking a Sam Reinhart 1+ goal. And one of my sleeper picks right now, the Rangers have one of the best goalies in the league right now and one of the best goalies in the playoffs, and that's Igor Shesterkin. By the way. Yeah, Connecticut native Igor Shesterkin right now. I'm taking the over on his 28.5 saves. This man has been lights out. This man has been saving. He has just been performing very well. He's been the heart of that team, keeping him in all these games. So I'm going to finalize that same game parlay with the Igor Shesterkin over 28.5 saves. So that is Rangers money line, Kreider, Reinhart 1+ goals, Shesterkin over on his saves.
Smells like winners.
That's all we do. My name is Big Al, and I hit dingers.
Yeah, that's right. If you don't have a Korner Booth,
my man referenced Big Al. We all shooting 100% tonight. It's happening.
Dude, okay, cool.
If you missed this parlay, by the way, it is one in the ticker down below. Probably stay in the ticker for the next 3-4 minutes. Also, we will post it on our Twitter page. I love him. He's so surprised Chris isn't big screaming. I love it.
Whoa.
Matt had to drop out for a second to take care of his son, Mr. Anthony. That being said,
and Edward's dog.
Joining us now is one amazing gentleman. He is the host of High Low Sports. He is the stunt double for Hunter Renfrow. He is my good friend, a Colts fan, and still one of the smartest humans I ever know. Our version of the Neuralink, DJ Stewart.
Hello, gentlemen. I appreciate you having me on. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Sometimes work-life balance doesn't include life or balance. So
he didn't add this. You're my emergency contact.
That is a very bad emergency contact, sir. So hopefully you don't have an emergency.
Well, if I have an emergency in Philly, I have to call all the way to Indianapolis. That's going to be a hoot.
Well, you know what? I'm not in Indianapolis, so good luck to whoever you get a hold of.
Shit.
Not some good news down here, Jared.
Okay. Not in Indianapolis.
You get a hold of Tyrese Halliburton or something.
I can do that. Actually, we're actually friends, so I can do that.
You know what? Honestly, it's all good. It's all good. I'm happy right now. We're in good spirits.
You're sending an angry message to someone, dude. I see the MLA formatted essay on the phone right now, dude.
Actually, no. That's his co-host who just texted me about something. So I'm just – because I sent him a chat about what I told you guys before the show about a certain other show going live at my time, and I was little yeah, this is great. Thank you, Nate. I'm now in bad spirits. Mother.
Don't say it. Clean podcast.
Define clean.
Jesus, can our pitcher? Did our pitchers just throw all off season? What the hell? Hate all of you.
No way.
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your house. Dishonor on your cow. I am not with this right now.
Oh my God! Do your impression. Do your impression. Oh.
Oh yeah, you missed the DJ. He did his hierarchy list and said FSU is his most hated team, and then proceeded to do the chant with the chop, and then proceeded to tell us that that was their chant when he was a Pop Warner football player, but they didn't do the chop. So imagine a bunch of 8-year-olds standing there, hands down in unison, just staring blankly at you, doing
Their hands completely taped to their sides, not even moving, like the entire body moves together, just lean.
That just gives me vibes of being in one of those like scary movies where like something crazy happens. Something crazy happens. But something crazy happens and you're the only one witnessing it.
Like the worst episode of South Park ever.
DJ's here. We can finally start talking over-unders. We're going to start out west. NFC West. Let's get a little music going, maestro. That being said...
Smooth jazz. Do we have smooth jazz?
No, smooth jazz is for the end of the show. We're not going to ruin this with smooth jazz.
Yeah. All right.
I love me some smooth jazz, but we're going to go with
elevator music would hit.
Listen, the smooth jazz is saved for the last call, Chris, which you actually kicked off its return. So we're going to kick off our usual rock music as always. All right. We're going to start off in the NFC West. Right now, Cardinals 6.5. Gentlemen, you know the rules. One sentence. Tied for easiest schedule in the league at 48.88% winning percentage. So I'll take it off. I'm going to go over only because this is so damn low that they might actually win 7 games. Like Marvin Harrison Jr., amazing receiver. They still have Kyler. They still have James Conner. And they might actually have, by the end of this week, according to the Bleacher Report, they may end up getting James Bradbury, who honestly, Jonathan Gannon's defense is not terrible. So, yeah, give me Cardinals, 7 wins. I'll take the over.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under. I still think there's a lot of holes on this team defensively and offensively. Yeah, phrasing. I think they can get to 6 wins, but I'm going to take the under on this total.
Gotta love it. Chrissy.
Okay. I was kind of mixed between this. So I'm actually going to take the over, and I think they get 7 wins. I think last year they didn't have Kyler for the majority of the season, if I'm not mistaken. They just got him back. I think they're going to be a little bit better than what they were last year, so I'm going to go 7. 7 wins. Give me the over.
I'll keep mine relatively quick. Kyler Murray's still only 26 years old, so he's awesome, and he's barely older than Bo Nix and Michael Penix. So I'm going to go with the over, and as of May 30th, 2024, not held in stone yet, they are my sleeper team as a wild card potential team. So I'm going to take the over. I like the Cardinals a lot on paper.
Wow.
Give me time. I'm not held in stone for it yet. That doesn't count till August when Kelsey and I do our actual predictions. But as of right now, we're going to take the over.
I like it.
I got to come on that show for about 30 seconds. It was a fun time.
We got DJ's Cardinal prediction before GTA 6. So let that sink in.
GTA 6.
Chris, you got to introduce DJ to Manny.
Oh, yeah, it's my buddy Manny. We went to college together.
What up, Manny guy?
I would rip
Manny
him off the
being
wall,
Manny.
but, it's art. So.
Manny Heffley.
I haven't seen him since he walked into the door of the Green Monster many years ago. That's awesome.
Chris is just putting in that work to try to spruce up his dwelling.
Jared said my wall's pretty dull, so I got degrees and I have a picture of Manny.
Ain't dull no more, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's prestigious now.
Oh, no, we're going to get him a Korner Booth flag, and we'll probably find him some kind of jersey somewhere.
Yeah, I need a beer poster, but of just like Jared.
Can we get him like the St. Paul girl from The Office or something like that?
Who is it?
Oh, the St. Pauli girl beer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need that.
Get a dragon
or
milk.
One of those old school Corona posters like you always used to see in the that were a little too revealing for a public beer store.
Mm-hmm. I still laugh when I see boobs. I'm immature.
Get a dragon's milk IPA.
Chris takes a girl home from the bar.
Oh, boobies, my best friends.
Oh,
nice.
Never change.
Oh my God! All right, Seahawks 7.5. I'm gonna take the over. This team's so freaking low. I don't understand. Like, I get it. They lost a little bit of talent here and there, but they still have Geno. They still have DK. They still have Lockett. They still have Kenneth Walker. Zach Charbonnet, even though I thought it was Chernoblat, which honestly sounds like a better running back name.
It's good
And
line.
then, Noah Fant, they got good guys on defense. They went and got defensive line help. Like, what am I missing something here? Is like there a plug that was unplugged or something like that in the facility? I'm taking them at least 9 wins. They'll be a wild card contender.
I'll match that energy, Jared. I'm going to take the over for them. Didn't lose much. Same team. Really nothing that separates them. Division got a little bit weaker, which is good for them. So I'm going to take the over.
Each.
Yeah.
I'll make mine quick so Matt can go. I'm taking the over as well. I think 8 wins isn't a possibility, and I think they will have a top 10 defense. I think McDonald plus that talent, they'll have a top 10 defense, and offense will be just enough to get you at least 8 wins.
Maddie.
Yeah. I'm also going to take the over. It's a solid offensive team, 3 good receivers. They got Kenneth Walker and Mr. Chardonnay in the backfield, and so they got everything they need offensively to get this done. Like I said, like DJ said, they addressed the team in defense as well. They strengthened that up, and I think they'll take the over.
There you go. All righty. Also, quick thing to point out, if Geno doesn't miss that 4 or 5 game stretch in the middle of the season, they probably were a 10 or 11 win team. So, yeah. Just saying. They were playing good football.
They won a couple games, though, without him. They beat us.
Well, then again, the 4 of us and a bunch of tackling dummies could have beaten the Eagles during that stretch.
True.
That's not true. We don't need the tackling dummies.
Yeah. 4 on 11. We got this, boys. We're just going to have DJ run slant routes to James Bradbury.
I'm the place.
Hit him with a slug on it, it'll be over.
Yeah, it'll just be quick release slants with Josh Sweat bearing down on me like a rocket. Oh, wait, Hassan Reddick can't get a sack, so he's going to pull up and go, I'm not going to touch him. Stat padding Hassan Reddick. Yeah, Chris, here's my, it's so funny. I wanted to say this because it came out that he was like, there was allegedly like, if he didn't have a shot at a sack, he basically would like not go 100%. That was like a rumor. And I kind of noticed, like, I never saw him on this jackass.
We just got Drizzy blocked.
Oh my God, we just got hit by Mr. Put on himself. Young Drew Lock, young Jeezy, all that fun. The video of him singing "Put On" by Young Jeezy is like one of my favorite videos of all time. Anyway, yeah,
the Rams.
Hassan Reddick, basically, there was a rumor going around he was just going for sacks.
NFC West.
I don't like that rumor.
We're getting there. I know you want to talk.
We're moving. Hold on. Let me go on my tangents.
Yeah.
Rams 8.5 points. Wins. Sorry.
Under.
Yeah. Am I missing something? Their defense didn't get better. It got worse.
They're
There
the
was
heart of the
a
defense.
shit ton of points, but they're not going to stop anybody.
They got a good offense, though. It's just their defense lacks it. They got okay. They have good playmakers with, I would say, a middle tier quarterback right now. Given this age.
I'm going to take the under. I think they stayed almost the exact same as last year, like maybe a little better here or there, but basically the exact same team while everybody else got better in the division. So, and they're going to have a tougher schedule this year. So we'll take the under for them as well.
I'm going to actually take the over on this one. I like the Rams this year. I like their draft a lot. I know they lost Aaron Donald, but they add Jared Verse, they got Braden Fisk, and they add Cam Kitchens and Blake Corum, so they got a solid running back duo. They got Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. And like I said, I like Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. Matt Stafford, with everybody healthy, should be perfectly fine. I think the question will be obviously that defense, but they replaced Donald with 2 good players, and they add Kitchens to that backfield as well. So I'll take the over. I think they can get to maybe 9-10 wins.
That's 2018 Trey White, then yes, it matters. But in 2024, I'm a little more.
In 2022, Darius Williams. Like, it's
Darius
not
Williams
like
and
they
high heels,
added,
baby.
it's not like they added, like, all-pro guys. They added 2 guys who were on the back end of their careers. And there's the other one. Tied for 12th, toughest schedule.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think 8's a good spot for them, honestly, personally.
They got 10 wins in my
Chris,
mind.
did you go?
Yeah, I took the under.
All right, and both of you went. Okay, good. Moving on. San Francisco 49ers. Here we go. If we were doing a hierarchy hatred for the NFL, they're number dos. So, tied for the 12th toughest schedule in the league with, of course, the Rams. Line's 11.5. Gentlemen, start your engines. I'm taking the over strictly because they're the Niners. They're going to find a way to go like 9-0 to start the season. Then the injuries will set in. Then they'll kind of just like putter their way around to the divisional round and be the 2 or 1 seed, depending on what Philadelphia or Dallas or Detroit does. So, yeah, this is as usual with the Niners, man. Now, did Kansas City expose their weak spots? Definitely. But
Kansas City exposes everyone.
yeah, well, also, I mean, so do the referees when the Kansas City Chiefs are playing.
Big Foot Locker employees. Yep.
I didn't say that. No. Listen, the NFL is an upstanding schedule. NFL referees are upstanding, gentlemen. They come from the Angel Hernandez School of Integrity.
I like the over on this as well. Listen, at the end of the day, it's the 49ers. They're one of the not the greatest. They're one of the best regular season teams in the NFL right now. You know, Kyle Shanahan can get you 12, 13, 14 wins if you need it. It's just when you get to the playoffs and the Super Bowl where things get a little different, obviously. But that offense is still amazing. They added a receiver to that as well with Ayuk and Samuel. That defense is still going to be a top defense. So I'm going to take the over. I think they can get to 12 to 13 wins.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off that. They're a good regular season team. I mean, they do well in the playoffs. They did last year. They went to Super Bowl loss, unfortunately for them. But like Brock has to do the bare minimum in order to win these games. You got playmakers everywhere. Offense is loaded. Defense is still loaded. Still got guys. We're paid. We're still going to be playing there for the next couple of years. So they may lose one game in the division. Honestly, they might split with one of these 3 teams. But other than that, I mean, I'm going to take the over.
Oh, yeah, brother. All right, moving on.
Well, hold on now.
DJ.
I gotta go, but I'll keep mine quick.
I'm sorry. I got an update. Apparently, it is true and confirmed that Zach Gallen went out after 6 pitches, but there's no apparent injury. Let's hope it's minor. Please.
He'll be good. But we'll take the under because I think the 49ers are going to win exactly 11. I think they'll be fine. They'll be very good. I'm just going to give them exactly 11. So no hate on the Niners. Just 11.5 is a lot to beat. Like, that's not easy.
I could easily see him knocking 12 games out, and it's not even like an effort.
Exactly.
So, all right. Now we're moving on. DJ, my apologies. We're going to do the NFC North next. We're going to talk to our boys, Motor City Dan Campbell, brother. He's pumping Guns N' Roses and Metallica. So, we're going to start with Motor City Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. Line is set 10.5. I am taking this to the damn moon. I'm going with the over. Give me 13 wins of the Lions, man. I don't care how tough their schedule is. They light teams up, and they got better. And this team is a great core, and they have a culture. Culture wins in the NFL. Look at the Chiefs. Look at the Eagles. Look at the Patriots during their dynasty. Look at the Saints during the Sean Payton days. Their culture was trying to set bounties, but still, it was a culture. Look at the culture in the Peyton Manning era. Had a culture.
R.I.P.
Great teams, right? So, what I'm saying is teams that win and consistently win. Steelers during the Big Ben era. Culture.
Was that before? Oh, you know what? Never mind.
You know what, Chris. Use your trip to the penalty box wisely.
Is it before or after the assault charges?
Jesus. All right.
See ya.
The penalty box presented by the amazing people at Righteous Felon. Promo code BELLYUP for 15% off a checkout. Proud sponsor of Chris's Penalty Box, Korner Booth Podcast, and Belly Up Sports. I knew he was going to say something about that damn assault charge. I mean, listen, I never said Big Ben was a saint, but I was like, I'm waiting for Chris to step on that line.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help when afterwards he comes out and he goes to rehab because he's a sex addict.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought that was Tiger Woods.
No, I'm pretty sure Big Ben checked himself into sex rehab.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Back
to it. We've gone off top. Detroit Lions have culture. Their defense got better. Their offense got better. And they still have Dan Campbell and Jared Goff. Give me the Lions for at least 13 wins. Probably the number 1 seed if it's not Philadelphia. So. Maddie. I'm keeping y'all guessing tonight.
What do you got, Deej?
He said Maddie.
Ooh, there we go.
I said Maddie.
Did you say
listen, Yeah. Jesus. Solid offense. I mean, Gibbs and why am I drawing a blank on that guy? Who was the Chicago running back they had before?
David Montgomery.
Yes.
Matt Forte.
Gibbs and Montgomery. Gibbs and Montgomery turned out to be that amazing running back duo that I just wasn't expecting. And Montgomery was healthy the whole year. He looked great. Gibbs looked great towards the middle of the season when he started to pick up. Sam Laporta, like we were saying, was best tight end in that draft. Looks like the next George Kittle and Mark Andrews of the league. And then they got that receiver core. And they strengthened that defensive back room with Arnold and Rakestraw in the draft. So I'm going to take the over. They all around, they got better. They got the same staff. They got the same players. They got Goff back. All recipe for success in my mind for them.
Yeah, the NFC got better this year.
Yeah,
the NFC got way better. It was a 3-horse race last year up until about when did the Eagles fall off? Week 12.
Yeah.
It became a 2-horse race. Yeah, I'm riding high on the Lions right now. Deej.
We'll go the over because I think 11 or 12 is very realistic. I think the NFC North will be one of the top 2 divisions in football next year. I think it's a good division. So we're going to take the Lions at the top with at least 11 wins.
Very nice. Chrissy finishes strong here.
I'm going to take the over. You know how much I love my offense. They were really close to going to the Super Bowl last year. They choked second half. They're the same team. They didn't lose much. I love Campbell's. Great dude. He doesn't care if you have 6 toes or 3 fingers. I think he said he'll still beat your ass. But yeah, I'm going to take the over.
Alrighty. Moving on down the list to the Eagles' Week 1 opponent, that'd be the Green Bay Packers. Their line is only set. Here's the kicker: 4th toughest winning schedule. They have a 9.5. Am I the only one who thinks they're going to be a 9-win team?
I was going to say the exact same thing.
Because the Vikings and the Bears and the Lions all got better. And the Packers, they got Josh Jacobs, but they didn't fix their biggest problem. Their entire receiving corps is injured by week 5. Whoever runs their training staff must do the training staff for the Diamondbacks pitching staff. Because it's just injury central. So I'm going to take I wish I could take a push here, but it's at 9.5. So I'm going to say 9 wins. I'm going to take the under sparingly. Okay, only because I don't think, let's be honest. I love Jordan Love. I think he's going to have a great season. And they have a good defense, but they're going to be lacking on weapons. And when it's late in the game, some third-string practice squad guy from Wisconsin Tech is not going to cut it when he's getting double covered by Quinyon Mitchell or Terrion Arnold or Jalen Ramsey or whoever. So, I'm not a big believer in the Packers. You know what? Honestly, though, I'm going to flip-flop. I'm going to go with 10 wins. I'm going to take the over. I looked at their schedule last week, and I was like, I could easily see them getting 11 wins. I could easily take them getting 7. I'm going to take the 10 only because it's about Jordan Love. If we follow the Packers' evolution of quarterbacks, this is the year he's an MVP candidate, and they'll probably be like a wild card team. So, yeah, give me
that
Jordan.
had to be one of the biggest switch-ups I've ever seen in the span of 2 minutes. I mean, you were balls to the wall with the under, and then you're like, wait a minute, hold on. You know what?
I thought about it. I remember looking at their schedule. I'm like, they could easily pull off up to 12 wins here. So give me the over. I got him at 10 wins.
I'm pushing the envelope at 9, dude. I'm taking the under. It's a tough division, like you said, dude. The Bears got better, the Vikings got better, the Lions the same team. It's a really, really tough division. I don't know how many games they're going to win out of the division, and also they had the 4th toughest schedule in the NFL. The stat says for itself, but and they didn't fix anything. They really didn't fix much. They got, like you said, you got Josh Jacobs. I did see something though. I saw something that Josh Jacobs texted Devontae Adams about a little reunion with the Packers. He loved the message, and then he left him on red. So I don't know if that's like, yo, I want to come back, or just like I'm full here in Vegas. So
I honestly think Tay is probably done with Packers management. I think dealing with Brian Gutekunst for that long is a struggle as it is. DJ's dropped out temporarily. So Maddie, I'll go to you.
I'm going to take the under. I agree with what Chris was saying, that I think they can get to that 9-win mark. Fourth toughest schedule in the league. They went defense heavy in the draft. I like their Javon Bullard pick. The only thing is that, like we talked about, Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs are two guys that are most likely going to be injured at some point in that season. You don't know how long they're going to be. Watson is always hurt. Doubs is up and down. So you're really relying on Jaden Dreed and Dontavian Wicks. Luke Musgrave didn't wow me. So I don't think Jordan Love's going to take a step back. I just think that team overall could take a step back just because I don't know if that offense is going to match up with the rest of the league. So I'll take the under and say they're going to get to 9.
I also see them making a swing, going to get like a Mike Thomas. Like, seriously, they could easily go do that.
It's not even a swing because it's just a 1-year cheap deal.
Well, here's the thing: is Mike Thomas is only 29 years old, 30.
For the Packers,
50-year-old body.
I mean,
He hasn't played in 2 years, so he might actually be healthy. We don't know yet.
Michael Thomas will walk on that team and be the number 1.
Yeah,
he's Squidward's house. You say it a lot.
No, that's the opposite of Chris's penalty box. That's Chris's trophy room.
That's a rare occasion.
Chris, you have at least 2 or 3 zingers every week that I'm just like, that was one of them. So good job.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Deej, hack.
Well, sticking with the actual sentiment of this, 1 sentence or less, we'll keep this quick. We're going to give him 10 wins, so we'll give him the over. Matt LaFleur is a very good coach and gets the most out of what he's got. So we'll give him 10, so a slight.
You got the 3 of us going in like Shakespeare monealogues, and then
DJ
DJ's
just
like,
comes up
I'll
with
give
like
you
straight
55.
facts. All right,
Yeah.
we're going Bears. Third easiest schedule. I don't care. It's under. I think Caleb Williams is going to get a little culture shock. Listen, they've got good receivers. They've got a decent running back. They just got announced they're going to be on Hard Knocks, which is magnificent. Show me some pain and nails in the pink phone case. Come on.
Keenan Allen on Hard Knocks has to be something.
Keenan
I've
Allen
never
is
seen that guy shed a smile, so curious to see that.
Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift, Cole Kmet, or no, it's not the tight end. Yeah, Cole Kmet.
Yeah,
No, that's their tight end.
Yeah, it's tight end. They have weapons, but they didn't fix their O-line completely. And their defense is good, but not great. So, give me them at 7 wins, a competitive 7 wins. Like, they're going to be in every game because they can score points. But I think they're going to start off rough because I think Pac-12 defenses to NFL defenses is a big jump, especially for Caleb. So he'll be crying to his mom on the sideline this time. I think he's a grown man finally. So, but yeah, give me the Bears to win only 7 games this year. Next year, they might be a contender for this division, but he's going to have to pull some teeth out. This kind of reminds me a lot of Philadelphia in the Wentz rookie year, where they were like winning games they shouldn't have, and then they kind of came back to earth really fast.
So I was looking at some stats quick. I'm gonna take the over, but very slightly. Like I'll get them to 9. I love the offense. I know Caleb Williams is a rookie, and it's yet to be seen how he'll do in the pros. We all have our own opinions on him, but they got DeAndre Swift, Cole Kmet. They got the amazing receiver trio in Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and Romeo Dunes. And that defense will be what gets them to that 9 wins or so mark. I mean, they had the number 1 rushing defense last year. They were second in rushing touchdowns allowed, and they were second in fewest. No, they were 4th in yards per carry allowed. So rushing defense is pretty good. Offense looks really good. Hopefully Caleb Williams pans out, but I'll take the over by 1 game.
All right. Who's left? Chris is left.
I'm gonna take the under. As Caleb Williams is a rookie, he's got a lot to learn. He's got a stacked offense. It's awesome, but you got to be able to deliver. Stroud did last year, so he could surprise me. But I'm with you, Jared. I think he's gonna get that culture shock. I think his head's a little too high for the league right now, and he's got things he'll be able to fix, later in his career. But focus on right now. So 30 easiest schedule, great stat. But it's the Bears. Bears are the Bears. I'm going to take the Bears at 8 wins, and I'm going to take the under.
All right, Deej.
I'll take the under. I think they're very, very good. They're just 1 year away. I think like the Lions were a couple of years ago, like when they went on that late run, and then last year we saw them go in the playoffs. That's kind of where they're at right now. They're gonna do a late run next year. Then in 2 years, they're gonna shit on some people. So give me them slightly under like 7 or 8.
I think Wentz's first year with the Eagles is what I'm not going to compare those two together, Caleb and Wentz, but washy year, year 1 rookie year, year 2 just balls to the wall.
I also don't wish Wentz's career on anybody. That dude got hosed. Like, Jadeveon Clowney should be put up on war crimes for what he did. That dude's not.
I was at that game. I had to call the credit card company for a fraudulent purchase for buying those tickets.
Didn't Josh McCown tear his ACL during that? No, tear his hamstring during the game.
Yeah, he was on one hand.
That's his balls right there. That was his last game as a pro. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm going out in a blaze of glory."
Yeah.
Where's my Disney movie about that?
I don't know. Mark Wahlberg.
Life of Josh McCown. I'll watch that Disney movie. All right. Finally, my father's team. Skull! Minnesota Vikings. 6.5. I'm going to take over because that seems just so freaking low. I think 7 is a great number for them. Honestly, I think they are right there with Chicago where, like, they're going to win some games. They have still a great receiving core. Their defense got a little better. I think 7 wins is realistic, honestly. Am I wrong here? Deej, what do you think?
Give me the under. I think they just have a lot of holes to plug. So I like them at 5 or 6. So I'm gonna take the under slightly. Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy, they need a little bit of time. It's gonna be that year for both of them. So give me the under, but not like by a huge margin. We're looking at 6 wins basically.
Yo, Maddie.
I'm gonna take the under as well. I mean, I like the offense a lot. I mean, you got Aaron Jones, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson and Justin Jefferson. That's great. But JJ McCarthy, I don't believe is going to be ready week 1 to play, not health-wise, just in general. I don't think he's going to be ready to play in the NFL right away. And Sam Darnold is not going to get you 7 wins. I've seen it. I know it's not going to happen. So I'm going to take the under. That defense is still not quite there yet, and I don't trust the quarterback, whoever it is.
All right. Also, I believe this is Sam Darnold's 4th team in 4 years.
Yeah, he gets around.
He's kissing middle school teachers, and he's got a slideshow. So the Jets, I believe it's the Panthers.
The Panthers blocking my face.
And then now the Vikings.
All right. I'm gonna take the under. They're clearly the worst team in this division, and again, Sam Darnold's their quarterback. The guy's just going to see ghosts out there in this division. I'm taking the under. I don't really have much explanation behind it. But all I know is Jettis is going to get frustrated.
Who's going to run the ball? Who's going to carry the boats?
No one. Winner's
a little David Goggins reference right there.
Jesus.
Oh, my God.
He looks even more scared after every picture.
He's handed the ball to a top 5 running back in the last 10 years, plus a top 10 O-line, and he's still looking like he's terrified. That poor kid was scarred. Maddie, who was the head coach for the Jets when they drafted him?
Well, when they drafted him, it was still Todd Bowles for that 1 season, but it was Adam Gase for the next 2.
Ooh.
Go Brant.
That poor kid had no shot in hell.
God.
Matt, you went too, so I think everyone went, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Moving on, NFC South. Here we go.
Boom.
The dumpster fire division.
Jesus.
Gotta love it.
Wow.
Jesus.
Look at those.
All right, we're gonna do this real quick. Anybody have the Panthers going over 5.5 wins? Anybody?
Nope.
No.
5 is the sweet spot.
Nope.
There we go. Moving on. Buccaneers 7.5. I'm going over. I don't know where the Buccaneers hate is coming from.
Give him 8 to 9. I like.
I'm going to give them 9 wins.
Yeah, 8 to 9.
They're
wild card team.
They're a wild card team. Seriously, I don't get the hate. They're much better than the Saints. And honestly, they're a lot closer than the Falcons than people want to admit because the Falcons have a fucking edge rush. Grady Jarrett's going to get triple teamed every damn play. So, yeah, give me the Bucks to win this division at 9 wins. I don't understand where this comes from. So, yeah. Deej.
I'm going to keep mine quick for the whole division. I think Saints, Bucks, and Falcons all are basically 9 wins. And it's going to come to some weird-ass tiebreaker that's getting weird. I think they're all very similar. So give me the over, and under, basically, for those 3.
I love it.
Nice.
Maddie, I won't make you go rapid fire here, but Bucks.
Bucks, I'll take the over. I think they get to 9 wins. I like the offense. Defense in certain areas could be a little iffy, but I'll take the over on the Bucks.
Sweet. Chrissy.
I'm taking the over. I think Mayfield finally found his team. I'm taking the over. Had a good year last year.
Zach Gallen was removed because of a hamstring strain.
Oh, he's just like Josh McCown.
It's not his shoulder.
Oh!
It's not his shoulder. Thank God it's not his shoulder. Hamstrings for a pitcher is not great, but it's not his shoulder. It's not Tommy John. Thank
Single
God.
snake alive.
We'll see him in a month. Okay, can we just go sign Trevor Bauer already? He was found not guilty. The woman clearly is a scam artist. Can we just go get Trevor Bauer? Bring him home.
Washed.
We'll get Matt Harvey.
We'll rack up 10 wins for us with that offense behind him.
We'll rack up a 10 ERA.
Matt Harvey's fresh.
He doesn't have to play in Chavez Arena anymore. He'll be fine.
The Dark Knight. Forgot about him.
Let's go get Matt Harvey's hungover ass.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go to the New Orleans Aints. I'm going to go under 7 wins. They had an okay draft, but they still have Dennis Allen as the head coach and Derek Carr still the quarterback, my chemical quarterback. So, give me 7 wins. The Saints are literally cursed with mediocrity.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under also. Derek Carr did not look good year 1. Dennis Allen is not a good head coach. That offense was not added to at all. The draft was okay. Nothing screams to me anything more than 7.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm going to take the under as well. The Bayou is just it's a dumpster fire. Derek Carr just stinks, dude. I'm going to take the under.
He should have gone to the Jets, man. He would be so much happier.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Deej.
Like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna give them the over. They find a way to creep in at 9 wins. Good enough for 9, not good enough for 10. They're stuck in that tweener zone.
All right. Bonus. Everyone go around quick. Over under week 8 for Spencer Rattler debut for Derek Carr.
Under.
Over.
Over.
Over, but only for injury. Otherwise, I think Derek Carr plays the whole year.
Yeah, I think Rattler takes over next year.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be. I said week 15. Like they're out of the playoffs. Carr, they're gonna cut Carr at the end of the season. It's gonna get bad in the locker room. Dennis Allen's been fired already. And that's when Spencer Rattler comes in and they win 2 games with him because honestly, I think Spencer Rattler got the worst hand of any college football player of all time. Spencer Rattler's like the shit box he's been eating for the shit sandwich he's been eating for the past 3 years should be studied in a lab. He's up there with Baker Mayfield, except for the where Baker had that rise afterward. Spencer Rattler just kept taking shit sandwiches and kept just, he ended up getting drafted. So, all right, NFC East. I'm just kidding. Falcons. We still have Falcons. We'll make this one quick because everyone wants the East to be talked about. So, half the easiest schedule in the league. They got Kirk Cousins. They also drafted Michael Penix, which is going to make this real fun. I'll take them at 10 wins. They're the weakest division winner if they are. They can't stop anybody. They have good corners, but they can't get a pass rush. So eventually, guys are going to get open. And their offensive line's okay. They lost Matt Hennessy to free agency. I'm not like a fan. I'm like, it's okay, but it looks like that Madden franchise built by a guy who doesn't know how football works. That's what it looks like to me. They have a good quarterback, good receivers, good running back, good tight ends, a good defensive tackle, and good corners. But it's like you're missing a lot of pieces. And unless they magically have like an amazing draft, like all these sleepers nobody's talking about, they're going to hang around that 9-10 win team. So I'll take the over only because 9.5 is so low. DJ.
We'll take the under, so I'm sticking with the 3 teams and 9 wins theory. I also think Kirk Cousins is going to have a slow start to the year coming off an injury, then maybe pick up steam down the back. So we're going to stick with the 3 teams win 9 games.
I like it.
Take the under.
Maddie.
I'm going to take the over with 10 wins. The big thing with that team last year was that they didn't have a quarterback and they didn't have a head coach. So now that they have Kirk Cousins, it'll be to be determined how Raheem Morris does as head coach. But that defense got spruced up nicely, and that offense with Kirk Cousins should be good. So I'll take the over with 10.
All righty. Chrissy!
I'm going to take the under. I think they get 9. It's like DJ was saying, it's tough, especially being Kirk's age and coming off a season-ending injury like that and just bouncing back completely.
It's
So
Achilles, man. It's not like it's like an ankle sprain or a hamstring tear. It's an Achilles. After watching the covering sports for as long as we all have you guys ever like tweaked something and you're like, oh my god, I am gonna take this way too seriously now because I don't want to be like, like Kirk Cousins blowing his Achilles, Carson Wentz blowing his ACL, Derrick Rose blowing every ligament he's ever had in his knee,
I mean,
as a little more when you're working out or playing sports because of watching sports.
As a chronic bloody nose survivor, it's tough. I mean, every day I leave the house, I'm like, will I get a bloody nose today? So,
Well, if you lay off the stripper salt, you might.
Good.
All right, moving on to the NFC East.
Chris looks like he just did about 5 lines of stripper salt the way his sunglasses are angled right now.
Yeah, dude, I'm not Jets coach from a couple years ago.
Hey, yo. All right, starting with the Washington Commanders. Here we go, commies. Here we go. All right. Commanders did draft Jaden Daniels. Sorry, wrong sport here. Jaden Daniels. They also had honestly a solid draft altogether. Trade was interesting. They got Austin Eckler and a bunch of other of the interesting, not rejects, but a lot of guys who were on their second contract who were interested. They got Zach Ertz at tight end.
They're like the longest yard. You know what I mean? They get all the all the prisoners from like all rounded up and just say, all right, here's
contracts. Yeah, they got 16 toughest are middle of the road. So honestly, also strength of schedule means jacked. 6.5. I'm gonna go over, man. I think Daniel's gonna be fun. I think they're gonna scramble. I think he's gonna get a lot of throws off to Terry and the boys. I don't think they're gonna stop a lot of teams, but they're gonna be competitive. They're gonna kind of remind me of Heineke's first year with the I think it was 19 with those Skins, where they were kind of just they were decent, but they weren't terrible. I think they were the football team at that point. But either way, give me them at 7 wins. I take the over.
Nice.
Maddie.
I am also going to take the over with at least 7 wins. Jaden Daniels is the future, and I think he's going to be a very good quarterback in this league. They had a lot of draft picks. They did pretty well. They signed a lot of guys in free agency. Austin Eckler was a big notable one. So I got them with the over, starting with at least 7.
I'm going to take the under at 6. I think they'll be fun, but they're not stopping anybody. That offensive line did not get a lot better. That was a very bad offensive line. So we're going to take 6.
Anybody see the picture of Manuel Ford, by the way?
Oh, man.
He's training for a marathon. He is skinny.
You see Antonio Brown's where he put pretzel sticks as his legs? That was
my
good.
man
Generational run.
Antonio Brown is, by the way, if you don't follow him on Twitter, it is the best follow. Besides, there's a couple people you have to follow on Twitter just because of the fun. Or sorry, X. Our former president Donald Trump is one of them. Antonio Brown, OJ, rest in peace, was one of them as well. You have to follow certain people because their Twitter accounts are beautiful. AFC was a good follow for a while as well.
Jesus,
yeah.
Man.
Look, I mean, holy smokes, man, that is terrifying. How is that going to cover AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, or Malik Neighbors? I don't know how that's going to work. He might be skinnier than Devontae Smith at this point, because apparently Devontae Smith's up to 185, 190. Probably
just like me.
Probably put 25 pounds on during the offseason, according to Chad Ochocinco, who have been training with him. I don't know, but I'll buy
Mr.
one.
McDonald's himself.
Dude, he loves
So
Philly.
listen,
dude.
get on them Big Macs, dog. Chrissy, I think you're last up.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Commanders at 6 wins. I'm going to be honest with you. I hate saying this, but I have to say this. But I think Jane Daniels gets hurt sometimes during the season. It's like, I don't know how good the O-line is to watch.
Pull like
Does
an
not
Anthony
protect
Richardson and just kind of get too reckless.
Yeah, you know, guys who get, I mean, he got hurt at LSU. I mean, like, he just scrambles up the middle and just got leveled. I know you guys probably remember that hit stick play, but I'm going to take him at 6 wins. I think they go just under. Yeah, that's all I got for them.
There you go. All right. We're going to Nate's team next. New York Football Giants. 6th toughest schedule. That's a rough pull. I'm taking the under. I am slamming that to the core.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't care who you got catching the ball. When you have Daniel Jones as your quarterback, it's not going to work. Also, you didn't fix your offensive line. Your secondary is still atrocious. I don't like. Listen, the rookie safety you got in Minnesota. I love the kid, but it doesn't matter because you still have undersized corners trying to cover big receivers. You still have Brian Dable as your head coach, which is just a nightmare in itself. He should go back to listen. Only reason he made the playoffs in 2022 is because he led the league in one possession wins.
One sentence.
That's not good. Yeah,
No more comments.
Giants are terrible. Pray for a good draft pick. That's my finish. Run-on sentence. Christian.
Crispy, actually. I'm taking the under.
Not crispy.
Yeah, I'm taking the under. I saw a report saying that last thing you want is to have Daniel Jones with the chip on his shoulder. So,
He'll overthrow that too.
yeah, he's
Fumble.
he's something, dude. I don't know what's gonna be worse. Nate, I hate doing this, man, but I don't know what's gonna be worse: the Giants' season this year or the jerseys that you guys released.
Those were bad.
We'll
Oh,
see.
man.
I mean, you guys are big 4th of July fans, as we can tell.
Rocket Pops. There we go.
Rocket Pops. But I got to take the over. Nate, you're the only good thing coming out of New York, I'd say.
And he's in Cali.
Crispy bacon. Dude.
There's Chris's name for next week. Crispy Bacon.
That's right.
All right.
I'm going to stick with the trend. I'm going to take the under. Defensively, I like what they were doing. That defensive line, that pass rush is going to be really good. I like the safety they added. The problem is that there's the big question mark at quarterback. You got no run game, and I don't know what Darren Waller's doing, but he's not playing football right now. He's releasing some really terrible music videos about his divorce, and
all day, baby.
The greatest thing was Chris Jones from the Chiefs commented on and said, like, pretty much that they were like, my guy, this is terrible. I was like, so I'm going to take the under. I think they get to like 5 or 6 wins.
If
Drew Lock starts from week 1, they can win 7 games. If it's Daniel Jones or a controversy, they're going under. So we're probably taking the under because Daniel Jones is going to start. So give me the under.
Watch truthers on this podcast. Yes, he will get benched like week 4. Like they are, like I love how so I don't know if I've told you guys this, by the way. So one of my clients, he's actually friends with the Mara family. He has dinner with them every couple weeks. He's told me on multiple occasions that they are in love with Daniel Jones. They love this kid. They think he's the shit. And I said to him, like,
Did you show him your Seminoles impression?
What?
Did you show him your Seminoles impression?
I'm going to hold off on that so I don't offend anybody. That being said, they're going to die with that ship. They are in love with the wrong quarterback. They should have drafted Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace, at 6. Because I think Haskins and the Giants, they at least have 2 division titles. At least 1.
Maybe.
All right.
So moving on to Kelsey's Cowboys.
I love it. Perfect transition. Give me the under, man. I don't know what they did. What did they do? They didn't do anything. And they'll still probably win 11 games. It's going to make no sense, but I'm going to take 10 because I'm a gambler. They're going to win 10 games. They're going to be a wild card team, and they're going to get their head kicked in by like the Lions or the Niners.
Oh, that's a big move.
By the way,
He beat
Zeke Elliott's older than me.
He's getting paid twice by the Cowboys because he's getting paid from that first contract and this new contract. So the Cowboys are paying him twice right now.
No way.
I forgot about that first contract. Holy God, I forgot.
I had too much fun on this shit.
Oh my God, it's this is bad. Hey, you two, Peanut Gallery, go. Chris, over under.
I'm gonna take 10 straight up. Cowboys are a 10-win team. They didn't do anything, like you said, dude. I remember Derrick Henry said somebody asked him if the Cowboys even talked to him. He's like, no, not at all. They didn't do anything. They didn't sign any top guys. They didn't do much. They lost Pollard, I think, to the Titans, right?
Titans,
yeah, that's a big loss for them, dude. But I'm gonna take the Cowboys with 10 wins straight up, 10-17.
All right, Maddie.
I'm going to take the under. Running game's gone. Zeke Elliott is not who he used to be. You got CeeDee Lamb. You let Michael Gallup go. So you got CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Blake Ferguson, and it's just not a lot of money they had to spend. Draft was terrible as usual. So I think this will be a down year for the Cowboys. I think this could be the year that they get rid of Mike McCarthy if they get under 10 wins. So I'm going to take the under and say they're going to get 9 or 10.
There you go. Deej, did you go?
Nope, and I'm going to go now. They're going to go 5-1 in the division, and I think they'll find a way to sneak into 11 games somehow in a way that makes no sense. But they'll find a way to get there, and then Dak, McCarthy, and everybody's gone next offseason. I think that's when they implode everything after they lose in the wild card round.
There you go. Alrighty.
That's a stat right there. Look at that one.
That is a stat.
It's a long stat.
Nate's like firing like just bombs from three, and he's nailing all of them. He's shooting like cat before he fouled out.
He's hot. Top for 3.
Alrighty.
He's hot from 4 at this point.
Moving on to the team that everyone wants my opinion on and Chris's opinion on. This is the theme for this year. It's revenge time. We got punched in the teeth for 6 weeks straight and then went on this horrifying, just abysmal showing where we almost got beat by Tyrod Taylor and Tommy Cutlets.
On Christmas.
That was the worst Christmas.
That's huge. That was like a Christmas nightmare, dude. I remember.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing that made it worse was I was sick as a dog on Christmas. So
yeah.
Tough one. They signed Saquon Barkley. They go and draft Cooper DeJean. They go and get Quinyon Mitchell, who everyone knows how high I was on his tape. I love Barkley behind this O-line because he doesn't have to run. He isn't their offense. He's their third best player on offense.
So you were big on Cooper Sharp.
I love him as our nickel corner. Are you kidding me?
Dude,
that kid's a lockdown nickel corner. He can finally get Avonte Maddox's undersized ass off the field.
Yeah.
So I love Avonte Maddox, but like I knew his potential was limited. You telling me our starting cornerbacks are Slay, DeJean, and Mitchell with Ringo as our fourth? Oh, we're good. Like we're rolling. We're in the clear.
Yeah.
And then Slay retires after this year, and Ringo takes over. We're still good. I'm okay with it. With Ricks as our fourth, I'm okay. Like how we built our secondary back up from nothing. Also, CJ, and one of the most underrated signings the entire offseason, which is Devin White, which nobody's talking about. Bryce Huff, great signing. Howie does Howie things. I'm slamming the over here. This is the 13-win team. They're going to find a way to lose 3 games that are going to make me head scratch, and then they're going to lose to Baltimore, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Let's go. I'm gonna bounce off that. It's a 1-sentence game, so I'm gonna play the 1 sentence here. Jared, you covered the paragraphs like no other. I'm gonna take the over. I think 10 wins is. I'm not gonna be whatever, but I think it's a little too low. I think they're going to be a 12-13 win team. They're going to be amazing this year. Saquon was a hell of a signing. And you're right, dude. Devin White was a great pickup. And they just rebuilt the backfield. I'm stoked. I'm about to buy a Saquon jersey right now. I'm thinking about getting the white Kelly green one, Jared.
Nice.
That one's pretty fire.
And
I'm getting a Cooper Sharp.
I'll probably do the white one for the white midnight green one for him. I'll do a green Kelly green for our good
I might
friend
get a
Jalen
DeJean
Carter.
I might get a DeJean and hang it on the wall.
Of course you will.
Cooper Sharp.
All right.
Sharp. I'm taking the over on my Birds.
We'll take the over slightly at 11. I think they'll be a little bit up and down a little bit. New offensive coordinator, new coordinators in general, a little bit of change on offense. Still 11 wins, still 5-1 in the division, very similar, still playoff team, but maybe not quite the 15 wins that we're feeling
Obviously,
from the left side of here.
Dallas.
So we're gonna give them 11. So they're still getting the over.
There you go. All right.
And you hate Saquon Barkley. You're not allowed to like him now.
I never hated Saquon Barkley.
Every year as he's injured, he can't stay healthy. The 4 years I've been on the show for the predictions,
honest,
you have held it against him.
MetLife turf, man.
And now he's playing on MetLife turf again with the Eagles. So now you can't say you can't use him.
Once a year.
That's all it takes is one.
It's week 17. We can bench him for that game.
Residual damage from years of MetLife.
Yeah, he gets to play the best turf in the league.
He also has to play at FedEx too. Like that. Don't write that off. That place kills generations.
No, that place kills like bleachers. Matty, go.
It kills humans.
I'm going to take the over. I think the Eagles have a good ceiling of about at least 12 wins. That offense is amazing, in my opinion. I think it's going to be one of the top offenses in the league. They got, some Philly people might say, the next Jeremy Maclin and John Ross, as he's been proclaimed on the show to be hyped up as, even though he's probably going to have a stat line of like 12 catches, 200 yards, and 1 touchdown.
I'm telling you, do not sleep on John Ross in this offense, okay?
I will sleep on it. It's not going to happen. But other than that, they add Saquon Barkley to that mix. That's an amazing running back right there.
Jalen Hurts almost crushed
Field.
They completely revamped that secondary in the draft. They replace Hassan Reddick with a younger Hassan Reddick. I think
who actually goes for run stopping tackles instead of just sacks.
Oh my gosh! They got the Philadelphia media bashing a guy that they lost, and then the fans jumping in on it. Who cares what he was doing? He's going to have 10-plus sacks with the Jets. You guys are going to get your second-round draft pick. And you maybe re-sign him in free agency. All will be well. But I'm going to take the over at least 12 wins.
Producer Nody misses Saquon by getting Eagles jersey of him. Is that bad?
Yes.
I mean,
I would say yes.
Go get a Super Giants.
Eagles and Giants have too good of a
Penn State one.
That's like me getting a Darrell Revis Patriots jersey. That would never happen.
Yeah, if he went to like the Chargers or the Texans, oh yeah, go for it. Roll with it. That'd be a sleek jersey to have.
Well, we're recruiting Nate for Eagle Green, Jared. So
Nate will look great in Eagle Green. The problem is,
dude. Oh my God, nice Birds beanie.
You look like you threw up on yourself. Don't do it.
Nice Eagles beanie in California. My God.
You get shot.
Listen, well, he's in Northern Cali though. He might get in a fist fight with one of them not 40-winers fans.
No, 49er fans are kind of weenies. They're not fighting. They're just shooting from far.
Oh, no, they just complain on the radio how we're, like, horrible human beings. But
well, we are, Jared. Have you met us?
No.
That's true. He's got a good point. Crispy doesn't lie.
The smooth jazz. Where are we going to talk about?
Where's Bongo's at?
Josh Gibson and his I love, so if you guys missed out, the MLB reinstated statistics from the Negro Leagues. So some notable guys, obviously, Stash Page, Josh Gibson. Josh Gibson is now the all-time career, I believe, batting average and slugging leader. Beating out Ty Cobb, which, I mean, you beat out a race.
Yes.
Ty Cobb. That's kind of a win on a win. Stash Page, I believe, got what, like 90 wins added to his record?
I think he was now ranked 3rd in ERA.
Which is...
We're at a resort.
I love it.
I love this.
This feels like yacht rock, and I love it.
I'm in an elevator in a resort.
I feel like we're drinking out of coconuts right now.
Yeah, right. I'm all about this. But yeah, no, this is perfect timing. The Negro Leagues were something like I was like when I grew up learning about baseball. I learned about Josh Gibson when I was a very young kid. I learned about Stash Page and how like instrumental was. I believe in Jackie Robinson, like 19 hits added to his record. So I love this. It's a great move by the MLB. Rob Manfred, for once in his damn life, besides speeding up the game, got something right. So yeah, no, I love this. It's kind of a nice way to end the show. Big props to MLB Major League Baseball for including this because the Negro Leagues have a lot of rich history in baseball, and a lot of amazing players came out of those leagues. For obviously Mr. Robinson broke the color barrier. So I loved it all. Any other thoughts on Josh Gibbs' session page and these stats being added to the MLB record books?
Yeah, I mean, I love that the MLB did this. I don't know. I've seen some people out there that have things to say about it. And listen, America 100 years ago was a very different place. Not a lot of things were accepted like they are today. I'm thankful that we are very much not like we were 100 years ago. But at the end of the day, these guys didn't play in the leagues not because they weren't good enough or not because they weren't chosen to be, because they were told that they weren't allowed to because of their color of their skin. And that's not fair to them. And they had amazing careers those 29 years those leagues were going on. And I'm happy to see them get into the MLB record books. And I read somewhere that I believe they said they're about 75% done with all of the stats. So they still got like at least another quarter to go of like adding in everybody's stats to the books.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Preach. Love it. Also, I want to say about the music. Also, I feel like I'm waiting for someone on the customer service line, and they put me on hold, and they have me on hold for like the past 5 minutes, waiting for someone to pick up.
I turn the volume down a little bit so you can hear Chris.
What?
Aren't you saying something?
What? Sorry, I barely heard you when like you said.
I was turning down the volume so we could actually hear what you were gonna say.
Oh, you didn't hear me at all.
I heard you say that you felt like you were on like hold for like 5 minutes. Like
I know. I felt like I was on hold. I was on hold on the customer service.
It is 8:42. I know you gentlemen have had a long day, so I'll finish with this. Anybody else have any other thoughts on this before we roll out of here?
I mean, Maddie said it best, dude. I think it's great. I think it's great for
That
baseball.
Whitey's.
All right, gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. DJ, we've said this enough times. You can find DJ and our boy Kels at All Things High Low Sports on all social medias. You can find me, Matt, Big Boy LaCrispy, and of course our producer Big Bad Nate on All Things Korner Booth Pod. Check this out. This episode will hopefully, as long as the Timberwolves don't completely rip out my heart, will be uploaded for tomorrow, along with part 1 as well. That being said, I hope you guys have a great weekend. This will be uploaded tomorrow night. I believe last week's episode for the AFC will be uploaded tonight. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to our sponsors, KNIPS.com, promo code BELLYUP, 20% off at checkout. Righteous Felon, promo code BELLYUP for 15% off at checkout. YeatsOfficial.com, promo code Korner Booth for 10% off at checkout. And, of course, SeatGeek, promo code BELLYUP Sports for $20 off your first initial purchase. I am Jared. That's the crusty crew of the Korner Booth. Shout out to BELLYUP Sports for always hosting our show. Shout out to Big Nate for kicking ass as usual in the production booth. We will see you guys maybe Monday, maybe Thursday. I haven't decided yet. But either way, have a great weekend, gents.
Love you guys.